The all-new Banalari Nexa showroom is now open at Mauyongrim near ISBT. Explore premium Nexa cars, book your favorite, and take a test drive. Nexa. Create, inspire.
The next-gen Tata Tiago. Dual-tone interior, dual smartphone deck but wireless charger, blind view monitor, bakiway. Take kumki kaliram, hagador kubajam, taksao point riulak. Just wow.
Together we achieve, together we can fly, reaching for the sky.
ICFA University, Meghalaya.
Hadian baka Sorkar kala Pyndam ya ka jing pelong interview ya ki jing Thungkam haka Group D haki District Selection Committee haka Arpunrio trek unailar arja punrio. Ka jing yalang jong ka kanun menteri ka Sorkar jela bala peniado menteri rangba ka jela u Konrad ki sangma. Kala Shim Sakawi karai kata kalong ban Pyndam no ya ka jing pelong interview haka jing Thungkam na ka benta ki kam ki bahab haka kerdan grade C non-technical. Habakran sekilar patai kubor Menteri Rangba ulai tu. Bakani karai kan terikam nadu ka sitarek ukelan kot arjar penyau haka bakatanat personal jong ka Sorkar jela. Kan sapenmi ya ka jing penbena ban kham pensai susu halor kan ka benta. Ulai tu upat baka jing pelong interview na ka benta ki jing Thungkam hakikam ki bahap hapo ka kerdan Group C technical kan ya bet kumbajulong baro sikata kisnem. Hakaju kapur Menteri Rangba ulai tu baka kanhun menteri kala menjor bantau ya ka standard operating procedures na ka benta ka jing pelong ya ki examen Thungkam jong ki district selection committee bat ya ka SOP on sa pentre kamru na ka benta ki weipan ki recruitment board jong ki tanat trekam baper ka Sorkar jela.
Today in the cabinet we had 6 formal items that were discussed. The first item was an amendment that we had made in regards to the disaster management department, where we have notified thunderstorm and strong winds other than cyclone as a state/local disaster. This is being done because in the past cyclone was a local state disaster, but sometimes, in fact, more frequently now, we are having more damages because of strong winds, which are not really cyclone category. And then sometimes administration and officials are quite confused and they have to declare it as cyclone, but actually it's in the category of strong winds, but enough to cause damage. So to give clarity, we have decided that we will include thunderstorm and strong winds also in the list. That was the first agenda in the cabinet. The second agenda, which is again very, very important, and it's a continuation of the reforms process that we have started. If you recall earlier, we had made the decision based on different recommendations given by UPSC, as well as our own reforms commissions, that we have removed the interview process or discontinued the interview process from Groups D, if you recall, in the DSCs. So today in the cabinet, we have further gone ahead and we have removed the interviews from the Group C post also. And this, of course, Group C for non-technical posts. There are certain technical posts under Group C also. Those will still continue, and that list of what is technical and not technical, the personnel department will clarify and give the list of which are the technical posts and which are non-technical. And obviously, since this procedure requires a lot of amendments in different rules, because all the service rules, everybody has got their own notifications in this. So the entire administrative process, we're giving them 3 months, 4 months to complete it. So we will make this particular aspect applicable from the 1st of January 2027. So advertisements that come out from that day and ahead of that, beyond that, the interviews for Group C post will no longer be there, will be discontinued. Number 3, we have also created a standard operating procedure for the district selection committees. As you're aware that the district selection committees are functioning in all the districts, and sometimes there are basic things which are quite normal for us in terms of the process of recruitment. But because obviously district committees are engaged in so many other activities also, sometimes certain steps or certain procedures are missed out, and therefore to ensure that that does not happen, the cabinet today has approved the SOP that will be followed by all the district selection committees, and we're going to call a special training and call all the concerned officials, mostly the deputy commissioners, and have a training here to ensure that these SOPs are implemented at the earliest in the district selection committees. And further, we will ensure that we extend these SOPs to other recruitment boards like the medical, the rural development, the police, and so on and so forth. The fourth, today the decision in the cabinet was the rules for the Meghalaya identification, registration, safety and security of migrant workers was amended, and the new provisions where the Honorable Governor had made some observations. Those amendments now have been included. At the same time, there are certain more aspects of clarity in terms of definition of officers and the procedure of how they will implement this particular act. Those needed more clarity and more definition. So we have gone deep down into all the aspects of concerned officials who can go and do the inspection, how the inspection will be done, and the different powers that they have, and what are the actions they can take. All of these aspects have been clarified. Apart from that, I also would like to inform you that in my recent visit to Delhi, I had a meeting with the Honorable Union Minister for Donor. In that meeting, there were two agendas which I had raised. Number one was regarding the externally aided projects, and to seek his support in moving or working with Finance Ministry to increase the ceiling, if not lift the ceiling, at least increase the ceiling for the different states in the Northeast. As you're aware, Meghalaya is one of the better performers for externally aided projects. And therefore, and as you all know, 90% of the loan amount is paid back by Government of India for the Northeastern states. And so it's a great source of fund for us. And so our ceiling was put at the last Finance Commission period, the same amount, which is about 5,000 crores. We had requested for 15,000 crores. We have requested and appealed that if that amount from 5,000 could at least be doubled to 10,000 crores. So we sought the donor minister's intervention and his support in this matter. I also discussed with him about the national games, and we sought support from donor ministry to support us in these games in whatever way possible, obviously financially, whether to run the program, conduct the games, or to support us in the infrastructural work, whichever way. Because this is not just a Meghalaya game, not just a Meghalaya state hosting it in one sense. We are hosting it, but every state in the Northeast is going to be conducting one discipline at least. So therefore, keeping that in mind and the spirit of the Northeast, donor ministry support would be very, very apt and very ideal. So we requested donor minister to support us. He said he'll definitely examine. We'll be having a presentation with him maybe after the session, and we'll take those discussions forward. But I do expect that there'll be some support coming in for the national games. Health Minister. In that, I have reiterated our proposal and our request to grant the Institute of National Importance status to Migrants. And this has been something we've been following up for a very long time, but we have not got the response yet. I was very happy and pleased with the response of the minister. He has very positively accepted it and said, yes, he also feels that it is something that Migrants should have. I'm hopeful that this particular proposal will go through, But as I said, I have met Honorable Minister on that. We also discussed about the recruitment policy, which has been an issue that a lot of organizations have been mentioning. So I have presented the different issues in front of him regarding the recruitment in NIGRIMS. And I was quite surprised to learn that Honorable Minister is very well aware about the issues, because he spoke very specifically about those different issues himself before even I could brief him. And definitely he has understood it, and he has said, yes, we need to look into this, and we need to find ways in which we can promote and help our local boys and girls in the maximum way possible to get recruitment and be able to work in NIGRIMS. So I am hopeful that we'll get a positive response in this matter also from the Honorable Union Home Minister, Union Health Minister.
Sirs.
Oh, no. This is the MIRSS, with the full form. This is the Meghalaya Identification and Registration, Safety and Security of Migrant Workers rules. This is the act where the migrant workers coming in, laborers coming in from outside, they need to register. So this registration process we had amended the act, and then we had put a system in place where the labor officers and could in the district level could go and check the different factories or different construction sites where the laborers could be working, and check whether they have registered or not, and if they have not registered, what kind of penal actions to be taken. So those had to be clearly defined in the rules. So we had come out with the rules, but there was still some clarity missing. For example, we had said officers will go. So the question was, who are these officers? What level of the officers can go? So we defined that. So the officer has to be this level, and this is. And when they say that officer can act, what are the things they can act? How will he or she can act? What are the powers they will have? So we defined that in the rules. Then we said that the fees, the penalty will be up to 1 lakh. So the question is now, is it going to be immediately 1 lakh, or are you going to do it in an escalation manner in which there'll be a first level where you suppose you offended once, then X amount, offended twice, X amount, offended thrice, then there will be imprisonment also, and there'll be a higher fine. So these kind of more clear definitions were required, based on which the concerned officers would be able to actually start implementing this act, which has been already passed. But because of the non-clarity in terms of the certain aspects of the rules, the officers were not able to move forward. There was a bit of confusion. So we went ahead and we have cleared those confusions based on the inputs we received from the officials at the grassroots level. And we're very sure that now with this and the training that we'll give to them, that the actual implementation of this particular act will be in place.
Can you also tell us an update on the MRSSA?
I have already given an update on the MRSSA before only. As I said, that there are multiple meetings that have taken place, whether it's at Home Minister level, or whether it is at the Home Secretary level, or whether it is at the level of Home Secretary and the Chief Secretary level. So there are multiple discussions taking place, and we are very hopeful that we'll be able to take forward the MRSSA 2020 and get it implemented. So we are still waiting. As I said, there are some more issues to be resolved. But in the meantime, what is important is that the current act that is there, we want to ensure that we implement the current provisions of the current act of 2016. So in that, as you're aware, that we have already worked out in multiple locations and multiple, I've given a report, in fact, yesterday also. Multiple locations we have done the registrations, and the Rangbashnongs and locality headmen, they have been involved. And the expansion of the implementation of this, of the MRSSA is happening as we speak. And we are working out, better technology, much more friendly, user-friendly face recognition software and systems which can be accessed on any mobile, which we feel will be further strengthening the implementation and make it very easy for the headmen to and locality people to then implement. Otherwise, they'll require a laptop, a camera, a person to type, and a room, and all those things. So, by involving the technology that is available, we should be able to overcome those challenges, because we have about 6,500 villages and localities all over the state. So it is quite a big challenge if you have to give computers and laptops and human manpower and rooms to everybody. So that's the first thing. Second thing, of course, that the facilitation centers we have already discussed, and we are already moving forward to ensure that the facilitation centers are completed and are activated for the tourists. And that is the second part of the MRSSA, which is a part of the 2016. So these two aspects are things that we are working on, and I'm very sure that we'll be able to move ahead with this very soon.
Dunia khai thích con.
Bây là tông xoay ngà cái dia, phải cái skill để chít rồi.
Ili em yor aim gini con me. Pai upon kelas tenu chong. Tangga college stage nem yo.
Lẹ mày để stage nem này tangga với con web. Tí tu.
Ini kan sih yang kayak bisa orang lain mana.
This sao?
Thì nayวันไอ้บามสไอ้บามสไอ้แต่พอไปชัว families to that bills right for it
Ông use nem, một quay như khăm mắt đó, một thế đó chan bò rừng khlev.
Hey, pass your first division ah. Oh, baby.
Congratulations, con.
Thank you, baby.